This podcast is authorized and paid for by Friends of Gentner Drummond 2026.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Bold Ideas with Gentner Drummond. General Drummond, thanks for joining today. Let's get right into it. Let's just have three questions today for this episode. First, our campaign recently did a survey. Now, that poll revealed that 58% of Oklahoma Republican primary voters believe that the state is mostly headed in the right direction, but only 4% of Oklahoma Republicans believe the state is definitely headed on the right track. So with Republicans controlling every statewide office, both houses, supermajorities in both houses of the legislature, why do you believe this number isn't stronger? Why is there such a tepid view of the direction of our state if, as Republicans, we control everything?
Matt, the poll numbers are reflecting exactly what I'm seeing and hearing out when I'm across the state of Oklahoma. Oklahomans believe that we're in a good place. It's a good state. But they believe, and I believe, we can be a great state. And to achieve greatness, we need leadership. And that is what I have in spades. Leadership and education. We have got to be passionate about teaching our third graders to read. If they can read by third grade, then the world is their oyster. They're unlimited. And we can build around that with reading czars and emphasis on reading and then math deliverables. And I'm so excited about that, not just as the governor, but as a grandparent and a father. And it's going to take cooperation and collaboration throughout the state. Our leaders, our business leaders, our pastors, every adult, every Oklahoman needs to own this. And together as Oklahomans, we can achieve greatness in education and go from 50th up to the top. Similarly, we are lacking leadership in mental health. We witnessed last year that it literally has burned down around our ankles. We are not delivering there. And as a result, we have an increased population in the prisons with people suffering from mental health. And we have a huge increase in homelessness. We need to take an address with leadership, hiring the right people, funding it correctly, so we can change the trajectory of Oklahoma. And then lastly, economic development. Every family company should thrive and exceed and excel in the state of Oklahoma. We have the opportunity to partner among ourselves, partner with our tribal nations in the state of Oklahoma, attract small companies in our perimeter states into Oklahoma. People are hungry for what Oklahoma offers. We have beautiful lands. We have inexpensive real estate. We have great school assisted with great economic opportunity, low regulatory environment. We can do better. We are better than good. We should be great.
Absolutely. Well, speaking of that, another area that Oklahomans are struggling is with rising insurance costs. We have some of the highest rates, if not the highest, property and casualty rates in the country. And recently you filed a petition accusing State Farm of violating the Oklahoma Consumer Protection Act, the Oklahoma Racketeer Influence and Corruption Act, Organization Act, and the Oklahoma Deceptive Trade Practices Act, filing RICO charges. It also accuses State Farm of civil conspiracy and unjust enrichment. You have made a motion to intervene in these consumer lawsuits against State Farm. So why are you doing this, and what are you looking to accomplish through your efforts in these lawsuits?
We listen to Oklahomans. We have a robust consumer protection division, and people reach out to me and say, hey, how is it that we are paying so much in home insurance costs? As we investigate, we've been investigating this for about 4 or 5 months, and we concluded that, as was reported in the newspaper, that we are paying more per capita than anybody else in the United States. We're paying more on average for home insurance rates, and we are getting more and more claims denied. And I observed that State Farm, many actions have been filed against State Farm with competent, highly skilled attorneys, and they magically settle, and the cases are closed and they're sealed. Well, that to me is a custom and practice used by State Farm. And as we've dived deeper into the facts, I have reached the conclusion that they have a policy of claim denial. So they are offering full coverage, but their policy is to deny your claim. And 9 out of 10 people just accept that bad news, that they're unlucky, and they either forego repairing the roof or they repair the roof with their own dollars. And State Farm makes billions of dollars of profit in the state of Oklahoma. That cannot stand. And I am the protector of Oklahomans. I am the chief legal officer. If we have failed in other areas of our regulatory environment and in the insurance department, we will make it up through direct litigation by my office, where we will hold accountable State Farm and any other insurance carrier that is exploiting Oklahomans for the benefit of a corporate raider out of state.
Wow. So, I mean, to follow up on this even further, you're claiming that this could be, as you dive in to find the facts, that State Farm could be making a calculated decision to say, we'll make more profits by paying out the lawsuits because most people won't take the time to file a lawsuit. And I can appreciate that. I mean, how many times have I been in a situation and it's not worth the headache to go through? So, I mean, this is fascinating. And I think that the people of Oklahoma should really watch this as it goes forward.
And not every household can afford to retain an attorney and do this on their own. It's a distraction from your work. It's a distraction from your family. I'm the chief legal officer. I'm the protector of the consumer. And it is my opinion that there's a custom and practice by State Farm to exploit Oklahomans, and that's intolerable.
All right. Well, last question. I know something you talk about on the campaign trail all the time is that sunshine is the greatest disinfectant. You're very big when it comes to transparency in government and in elections. And unfortunately, the Oklahoma Guardian system, which is somebody that's worked in politics for a long time, I thought was a fantastic system that made our elections very open, and you could see where all the contributions went and all the expenditures. It's been down for nearly 3 months, and voters haven't been able to see any contributions. In fact, we even had a special election in House District 35 where the entire election was done in the dark. We have no idea who contributed to any of the candidates. We have no idea where the expenditures were. And so how did this happen? And what do you believe should be done to fix this? And is your office doing anything to bring more accountability to our elections and more transparency, given the current situation?
I'm in frequent communications with the executive director of the Ethics Commission. And to their defense, they believed that the system they had was not robust enough to provide the needs to Oklahoma. I don't challenge that. I don't criticize that. They did an RFP and picked a vendor, and that vendor, in fact, failed. And just today, on this 17th day of December, we filed a breach notice with that vendor that their contract is canceled. And having visited with the executive director this morning, she is going to flip the switch on the old system, and that will open up the portal so that consumers, citizens can view who is given what, who are the lobbyists, the authenticity, the transparency that needed. And even though the commission is going to permit candidates to wait until January 31 to populate their third quarter fundraising and expenditures and their fourth quarter fundraising and expenditures, I will lead by example and post mine as soon as practically feasible with the system up. And so I challenge all other candidates, be transparent. Don't hide behind the ball. Don't be lazy. Don't deceive the public. Be open and transparent so that people can see who is giving you money and where you're spending your money. And to the lobbyists, register. Be authentic. Be transparent with your actions. And more importantly, for the consumer of Oklahoma, we have spent money. We have been injured as a state. My office will lead the prosecution against this vendor so that we get every dollar spent back and the state of Oklahoma is made whole.
I appreciate you leading the fight against that. And thank you for everybody that listens. You can find our content anywhere where you get podcasts. Also go to drummondok.com. We'd love to have you sign up to be a part of this campaign, get updates from our campaign, and follow us on all social media outlets. General Drummond, thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you, Matt. Have a great day.
This podcast is authorized and paid for by Friends of Gentner Drummond 2026.